Most anti-LGBTQ plus money is not from Chick-fil-A, but from Toyota? Pride Month is more than half over, but celebrations across the country are still in full swing. Recently, the group Data for Progress compared major companies that donate to Pride celebrations with their political donations. The activist group's Pride Corporate Accountability Project outlined a list of companies and their contributions to politicians that oppose or have opposed important legislation like the Equality Act, which would prevent discrimination against a person based on gender identity or sexual orientation nationwide. The data gets even more specific, delineating companies that also sponsor Pride events. And of that group, Toyota and its franchisees contributed nearly twice as much as any other, with more than $600,000 in donations from 2019 to March of this year. Chick-fil-A has stopped donating as a business, but their owner, Dan Cathy, is still known as a major financial backer of conservative political causes. And
disturbing,
but it also doesn't say how much Toyota has spent for Pride. I don't like these stories because it says that Toyota hasn't made a donation to any Democrat in Florida or any Democrat anywhere. So it's really kind of only half a story. But the fact is that political donations are relatively not visible. But donations to Pride, you know, when Toyota comes out and they donate a fleet of trucks of flatbeds for people to put their floats on and stuff, that counts too. So I would like to know more. You know,
while I understand your observation, I don't completely agree with your observation. And a perfect example is in this cycle of 2022 in Florida. That somebody at Disney would say exactly what you just said prior to the Don't Say Gay movement. And Disney said, wait, we have an obligation. We made a mistake first, clearly. We hope, for example, Toyota would go, wait, we didn't really understand this because we didn't really investigate it to that level.
We weren't aware.
We weren't aware of contribution. So let's hear Toyota. You should come out and say something about this. Because in Disney's example, that's exactly what happened. Disney said, wait, we're going to stop contributions to all candidates in Florida because of this. We're going to get our bearings. And then the second step that they took was to say, wait, we are committed to either repealing Don't Say Gay or having the courts defeat Don't Say Gay. But either way, we're going to help now because we don't think this is just. Toyota's at the exact same moment of them evaluating and saying, okay, it's just a fact of life. We contribute to everybody. But your percentage is dramatically higher than everyone else. That doesn't make it right. But they have an obligation to say, okay, now with my donation to you, Ted Cruz, I do not know that they donated to Ted Cruz, but if they did, or to Governor Abbott, or to Governor DeSantis, if we donated to you, we have an obligation to say to you, your positioning on LGBT is flatly wrong. And so therefore, we're using our money and our access to tell you we don't like what you're doing. And then Abbott or DeSantis could say, well, keep your damn money. Okay, good. And that's the right way to balance this story, in my opinion.
Hopefully they will do that. I mean, I have 4 Toyotas in my driveway, you know?
Right. When I drive a Prius and I feel as betrayed as a log cabin Republican.
Good for you. And one other thing that I think is important also, because I do appreciate John's delineation here of we're only telling a part of the story. The other part of the story that we're also not telling is you can't lump everyone into this bucket and say everybody's equally guilty. Because in the Chick-fil-A example, the Chick-fil-A that's as close to Wilton Manors and Wilton Drive, for example, is the busiest in all of South Florida. And it is a franchisee. It is not a corporate restaurant that is very supportive of LGBTQ community. They can't help what the owner of Chick-fil-A is doing. They don't support it. And they loudly say that. Hendrickson Toyota, which was a sponsor of Stonewall Pride, is out there clearly saying the LGBTQ community is important. We want your business, of course, but far greater than we want your business is our voice saying you matter. So you can't broad brush everything connected with Toyota That is not fair. It is a franchisee
Yeah.
of the corporate structure that they're talking about. That's also part of the story. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBT